This year I'm using Sunshine Mix instead of HP Pro Mix because I can't find HP Pro Mix in Oregon right now. So this is how I get it. I put it in these containers, these plastic containers, and I just work it with my hands, and then I add water to it, right from the sink, warm water because it's usually cold because it's coming in from the outside in the garage. But I get it to where you can get a handful of it, and when you squeeze, and you squeeze really hard, you see a couple drops. That's called field capacity. That's what I get my soil to. And it is a mix which just basically has mycorrhiza and peat and perlite in it. And it's nice and fluffy, really nice. That I'll put into my 4x9 tree pots. So I have some cuttings over here that I'm trying to decide what I want to root. I take all my cuttings, these are all cuttings that I cut, and I wash them, each cutting with antibacterial soap on a toothbrush, and then I dip them in a 10% bleach solution, and then I label them, so there's never any confusion of what they are. So this is a basic, looks like a 3-node cutting, but it's a nice thickness, and I will do a scrape here on the bottom. Add Clonex. I'll wrap the top with buddy tape, and it will go right into a pot with that mix. And for a few weeks, you don't really have to do anything. It's in that pot. It's with that mix. The cutting will become wet enough to start forming the roots. I tried pre-soaking. I had some advice that you should pre-soak, you have better results. I tried that and it was disastrous because this mix is at field capacity. So you don't want your cuttings to be wet to start with and then going with field capacity. If you're gonna start with a wet cutting that you've soaked for a while, you'd have to have less moisture in your mix at the beginning. A whole lot easier just not to have any pre-soaking going on, and just have your mix at field capacity. You basically, and whenever you can take any of the variables and reduce the variables, you have a chance to have better luck. Now, these will go in the 4x9 tree pots, then they go up into a little room where I've got no light at 74 degrees. 78 is better, but I've got a little heater, and I'd rather not have that little heater work any harder than it has to. So I go to 74, and then as soon as I start seeing some green, I will take them out of that room into another area with my LED grow lights. But in the beginning, once you've got them into the pot and you've done this mixture right, and you've scraped the bottom, add the rooting hormone, I use Clonex gel, and you've added the buddy tape on the top of the cutting to prevent it from drying out, there really is not a lot to do until you start seeing significant green. So it's a good way to do it as far as making things easier. Okay, I'll continue this in a little bit with some more information.